Hey everyone, welcome to Intro to Business. My name is Lindsay Kohlenberg and I am your instructor for this course. I thought I'd take just a few minutes. I wanted to go through the course and kind of give you a rundown of what it looks like, where you'll find things, and kind of what we will be doing this semester. So when you open your course, you will see you come to the actual content section. So this is where you will find the meat of our class. So all of our assignments, quizzes, all of that fun stuff will be in each of your weekly modules. And I'll kind of go through that to show you how that works. All right. So at the very top of your Blackboard shell, you'll see these tabs right here. Content being the first one. Again, that is where you will find the meat of the class as far as your assignments and all of that stuff. Here is the calendar feature. I don't utilize that a lot, but when you click on it, it should show you some due dates that will just automatically populate in there. Announcements I do use quite a bit. And so when you go here, when I send you an announcement, it will also go to your UAPTC email. So I highly encourage you to check that regularly. But when I do see an announcement, the next time you pull up your Blackboard, it should pop up for you. But I encourage you to check this announcement area regularly. Here's the discussion tab, and this is where you will find discussions, but I also put them in your weekly modules. So you don't actually ever have to come to this tab if you don't want to, because they are embedded in your weekly modules when you have discussions due. Here is your grade book. This is where you'll find all of your grades. I am pretty good at keeping up with them regularly. So if you see things missing after a week after it's due, then a week after it's due, then holler at me. Maybe there could have been something missed, but for the most part, I'm pretty good at keeping up with it regularly. So I encourage you to do the same as far as keeping up with your grades. And if you ever have any questions, obviously you can holler at me at any point in time. This is your messages tab. So this is where you can send me kind of like an email. And so when you send this to me, it will also notify me via my UAPTC email as well. But you will just utilize it like an email, or if you just prefer to directly email me from your email address, I probably see it a little quicker, but my email, you will find it and I'll show it to you, but in under my information, but it is L Kullenberg, Kullenberg at uaptc.edu. And so those are the tabs, the main tabs that we will actually be using for this class. All right. So I'm going to head back to the course content. And the first thing you need to do is check out the start here. This is all the good course information you need to look over to get us started. Here you will find information about me and how you can reach me here. Just a little bit about me, and you'll find my office location, in which I'm actually not in during the summer, but I keep it in there just in case. If you need to meet in person, we can arrange that via Zoom or on campus if need be. My email address right here. I will be using Remind for this class, and I'll show you where you can get that information. It's an app I use just to send you reminders of due dates and important things like that. And also my phone number. Again, I'm not always in my office, especially in the summer, hardly ever. So sending me an email or a message through Blackboard or a remind message is the best ways to get a hold of me. Okay, so here, a little bit more about the course as far as just some things to expect. Here's the information that you will find when it comes to Remind. And so make sure you check that out. Your syllabus, you need to read that over and take your course agreement test or form here, your course schedule, and you'll find some more important things about the course here. Your required textbook, which I will show you, you'll get information here, but I can show you where you can easily access to it. We are using OpenStax in this class, so if you're fine with an ebook, it is completely free, which is the awesome part about it. But after you read over your syllabus, you will have to come here and take your course agreement form/test. It is just a question, just saying that you agree to the syllabus, and you will not actually be able to access any content of class until that course agreement form is completed. So make sure that's one of the first things you do. Okay. And so that is the gist of your start here. Here's where you'll find your textbook. All right. So again, If you are fine with an ebook, it is completely free. It's a great book and it's very easy to navigate. You can go to your table of contents. Here's all the different chapters, but it breaks it down. It's really great. Most of my students usually like that. So something to keep in mind as well. And then here are where we will get into our weekly modules. I have everything week 1, week 2, and with dates to make it as easy as possible for you all. And if you see here for each week, each weekly module, I tell you what to do. So if you look for week 1, it says that we are reading chapter 1, and you will have your introduction, your chapter 1 discussion post, your chapter 1 quiz, your course agreement test, and your remind bonus due for week 1. And then you will see I do the same for each module. So you see I have listed what's due. So some weeks, because this is a 10-week class, essentially they call it a 10-week. It's more like 9.5 weeks. Some weeks we'll be doing just 1 chapter. Some weeks we will be covering 2. And so here you will find for each week what we will be doing. For the weeks that we cover multiple chapters, so I'm going to use week 2 as an example. I break everything down into chapters to make it easier. Okay. So I will make videos as kind of like rundown videos, kind of explaining what we're doing for the week, maybe do some content in those videos. So you will see those there. It'll be the first thing you see, and then I'll break it down. So if you click on the chapter 2 folder, you'll see everything for chapter 2, including your chapter 2 quiz. So I might have learning outcomes from each one. I might have a discussion, quizzes for each chapter. You'll definitely take quizzes for each chapter. So you see there, and you see how I've broken down everything for chapter 3 in the chapter 3 folder. And I, again, just do this to make it as easy as possible for you. And I like to kind of stay organized. So hopefully that's helpful for you. If you have assignments that incorporate multiple chapters, then I will not house that in a folder. I just will leave it out. So you see here, we have a chapters 2 and 3 assignment for week 2. And so you'll see it just in the module itself, not under a specific chapter. So that's kind of how the whole class is laid out. You'll see here, we are just doing chapter 4 for week 3. So we're just covering 1 chapter. So I did not make a specific folder for that since we're just covering 1 chapters. But then in week 4, we jump back into 2 chapters. So I have broken it down into chapters 5 and 6 materials. And again, since you have a chapter 5 and 6 assignment, that is by itself and not in one of these folders. But that is a good rundown of the course and what we will be doing throughout the semester. Again, take your course agreement form / test first. You can see this now in the video, but you will not be able to see this content until you take that course agreement form / test, right? So I highly encourage y'all to do that as soon as you are able to get in and check out that syllabus. If you have any questions from me, please don't hesitate to ask. I know it's summer and we will be doing a little travel, and I know a lot of you work and juggling kids and all the things. I 100% understand that. So just if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will open to at least 2 weeks at a time. So for those, I know some that are planning on traveling, maybe you want to work ahead, or you have busy weeks, maybe your kids will be home and you want to get some work done ahead. I try to make sure that I open that material up for you so you are able to do that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please don't hesitate to ask or reach out to me. And I am looking forward to a fabulous summer semester.